What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Roshan. Hey man, I'm back with another video for y'all today. Perfect time for me to make this video. We on the road to WrestleMania. As y'all can see by the shirt, I don't even gotta say much on this video. Y'all know what it's about. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. But the real question before we start this video, y'all let me know in the comment section. Y'all let me know in the comment section what y'all think. Who should be the one to dethrone Roman Reigns? Should it be Cody? Should it be Jey? Should it be Sami Zayn, or should it be somebody else? Y'all let me know in the comment section. Like I said, this video I'm gonna be reacting to is Merce YT13. I'm gonna link his information in the description below. Y'all go check him out. Great videos on his channel. And yeah, man, let's get into the video.
It's unthinkable. It's unbelievable. The American dream is a nightmare. Roman Reigns has retained the Undisputed Championship with the help of Solo Sikoa.
I know we just got into it, but hey, who's winning, Roman or Cody? Quick question. Who's winning?
Jey Uso, and to a much lesser extent, Jey. He's still the head of the table. In the next episode of SmackDown, Roman conducts a celebration ceremony, and he says, everyone thought it was the American dream. Everyone thought Cody was going to finish the story. But y'all, my story has just begun. We're only going to get stronger. But I do have one thing bothering me. Jey. Where were you? In fact, where have you been this whole time? You cost us the tag team championships when you threw it all away for that Judas Zayn. To top it all off, you're standing on the sidelines while we celebrate my victory. So tell me.
Bro, I'm telling y'all, this is like the perfect... This whole storyline to me was like, it's been great, right? The whole storyline has been great, but like, especially at the beginning, Jey versus Roman, that's like the best part of the storyline to me.
Do we have a problem? Jey doesn't say anything. He just falls back in line. And Roman says, that's what I thought. Roman takes the following week off, but he's left assignments for everyone. He surprisingly sets Jimmy and Solo the task of recapturing the tag team championships. Not Jimmy and Jey, who are arguably the greatest tag team ever in WWE. Instead, he says, if Jey wants to stand on his own, he can. I'm setting him with the assignment of winning a singles title. Oh, and you all have until Backlash to do it. If you don't, we're gonna have a long, hard look at each
Shout out to Merch too again, man. These videos is crazy.
Of your performances, especially you, Jey. The wise man Paul Heyman does what he does best and pulls some strings. He gets all three #1 contenders matches. Solo and Jimmy are set to face the War Raiders to get their shot at redemption against Zayn and Owens. And despite not teaming together very often, they do a fantastic job of it. They take it right up to the more seasoned team. And with Owens and Zayn watching on literally from the stage, the match culminates. But not without controversy. Valhalla at ringside is wreaking havoc. She's getting in both Jimmy and Solo's face at every opportunity. And then from ringside, Jimmy calls out for Jey. He wants him to help. And Jey comes out, but he obviously has to walk past Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. But they let him through. They don't have any beef.
Man, I don't even think like Jey should have turned on Sami. I think it was perfect to have Jey and Sami go against the rest of the bloodline. But hey, who am I?
With him, Jey neutralizes the threat of Valhalla, and with that, Solo manages to hit a Samoan spike, and Jimmy hits a splash, and they get the big win. And after the match, Jimmy and Solo are celebrating in the ring, but Jey takes off. He has a much harder route. All Paul could do for him was get him entered at #1 in the gauntlet match, where he'll have to outlast 3 other competitors to earn a shot at Intercontinental Champion Gunther. His first opponent is Santos Escobar, and it's a tough start. They do battle for almost 10 minutes before Jey manages to hit a super kick, catching Escobar out of midair, and it's a flash knockout. Jey climbs to the top, hits the splash,
Bro,
and he
Jey
wins.
deserves to
LA
be
Knight is the next man in, and he's all
the
over
champ,
Jey.
I believe,
Jey
man.
has already had a tough match, and now he has a fresh Knight on his case. But Jey is a fighter. He
Although,
throws
hey,
Knights
I don't want Roman to lose the title, but if he gonna lose it, right?
the outside,
It gotta be
and
Jey.
he sends it. He dives to the outside on top of Knight, and Knight is struggling to recover. Jey
LA Knight,
slides
yeah.
back in the ring. Knight knows he needs to try and beat the count, so he slides in, but Jey was poised on the top rope, and he lands a splash right onto the back of Knight as he's sliding in. Jey gets another win, but who is going to be the final man?
Jimmy. Uh-oh, carrying Cross.
And it's not just the physicality of Cross that's the problem. It's Scarlett at ringside as well. She's wreaking havoc, just like Valhalla was. And we cut backstage. Jimmy and Solo, they're on their way to try and handle it. But Paul Heyman stops them, and he says, no. Tribal Chief's orders. He does this alone. And Jey is struggling. He's locked in the Cross jacket. He's fading, but he's fighting. He manages to worm his way out. He gets some distance on Cross and runs at him and lands a Superman punch.
Superman
on Cross.
punch?
The crowd can't believe it. They're stunned.
Low
and
mockery.
So is Cross. And Jey goes to the top rope and ends it. And at WrestleMania Backlash, the first part of the assignment
Bro, these
is
videos are so
Solo
lit.
Sikoa and Jey Uso. They're in a war with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And yes,
Who would
Jey
y'all
is at
rank,
ringside,
Kevin
but he
Owens
doesn't
and
seem
Sami
very
Zayn tag
intent on
team?
getting involved. He has the opportunity to lay the boots in, but he chooses not to. And ultimately, he actually gets in the way. Jimmy attempts a dive, but Sami Zayn moves, and Jimmy hits Jey instead. Owens neutralizes Solo Sikoa on the outside, and Zayn seizes an opportunity while Jimmy and Jey are arguing. He grabs Jimmy, throws him in the ring, lands a haluva kick, and the Sami and Kevin show rolls on. It's a bad loss, and it's one that will no doubt have the Tribal Chief furious. But they have to keep it together, because Jey's match is up right after. And Gunther hits the ring. And of
This will be a
course,
tough
he's
match, I
flanked
think.
by Imperium.
Gunther
But
versus
as the
Jey.
match starts, Paul Heyman emerges, and he instructs Jimmy and Solo to leave ringside, saying, Tribal Chief's orders again. He does this.
Tribal Chief's
alone.
orders.
Jey is left on his own. It's essentially 3-on-1. And despite a gallant effort that he's well known for, the numbers are too much. Vinci and Kaiser are too crafty. Gunther lands a lariat, and then an avalanche powerbomb. And just like that,
Gunther is tough.
Jey
I
Uso
can't
fails
lie.
the final assignment. And everyone knows there will be hell to pay when the Tribal Chief arrives on SmackDown to give his assessment. And Roman goes off. He says, "We are falling apart. You have all gone soft. I sent Solo and Jimmy after Owens and Zayn because I knew Jey was too much of a pussy to hit that little buddy of
Hey,
his
Solo
Sami.
should really get
And you
the
still failed me.
IC
You're all pathetic.
match,
You're
really.
acting like you don't care about the bloodline.
IC or United States for Solo would be cool.
We don't care about the bloodline. Nose. We don't care about you.
That's right, Jey. That's right, Jey.
What the hell did you just say to me? And Jey doesn't take his eyes off Roman and says, "We don't care about you because you don't care about us. You don't care about the bloodline. You never did. It
I
was
don't
all
want it
for
to
you.
end.
Never
Like, I
for
don't
us.
want the bloodline to
It's
end,
always
but
been about protecting Roman." And Roman is fuming. And he says, "Is this how you all feel? Huh? Someone answer me!"
hey, the good thing about Roman is that he turns it on and off. Like, he'll have you feel, is this how you all feel, really? Have I not been giving you what you wanted? All along, have I not been giving you? He does that. And then he'll turn, I don't trust Roman, man.
Tell him. We're brothers. He ain't one of us. He ain't true blood like us.
They not gonna say nothing.
Nothing.
They're not gonna say nothing.
Jey Uso can't believe it. And Roman says, looks like you're on your own, Us. Just like you always wanted.
Wow.
But Jey isn't backing down, and he says, you know what, Roman? You gave me the assignment to get myself a singles title.
Wow.
Well, I think I know which one I want. The week after, it's announced that there will be Money in the Bank qualifiers.
Money in the Bank.
And Jey sees the opportunity, and he goes to Heyman and he says, you're good at pulling strings, huh, wise man? How about you get me in that qualifying match? You want me to do this alone, right? You want me to win singles gold, tribal chiefs orders, all that? And Heyman, who's terrified in the room alone with Jey, says, I'm just special counsel. I'm just an advocate. And Jey snaps and says, Paul, Roman ain't here. And neither is Solo and Jimmy. So you either organize this or we do things the hard way. And maybe, just maybe, you don't walk out of here. We're going to Adam Pearce's office right now. And they do. And Pearce,
Bro, these
loves
videos
this
are so
idea,
lit.
and he gives it the okay. And he says Jey's match will be next week against Ricochet. Good luck. Heyman is white as a ghost. He knows the gravity of what he's just done. And now
You didn't clear it up
he's
with the
gonna have
tribal
to break
chief,
the
wise
news
men.
to the tribal chief. But Heyman doesn't have to break the news to Roman.
Bro, these videos are
It's
so
everywhere.
lit.
And Roman sees it. And via Twitter, during the week, he makes it loud and clear what he thinks. And he says, I think it's smart of Jey. He's more than welcome to win the Money in the Bank briefcase, because I sure as hell know he ain't coming after me. Nah, he can Austin Theory it and make an ass of himself.
He can
I'll be
Austin
watching.
Theory.
Good luck.
Jeez.
Oos. Ricochet and Jey Uso are embroiled in a classic. They throw literally everything in their arsenal at each other, and Jey is, of course, alone. And this comes fully into play because Jey is getting on top. Jey is dominating now. He's so determined to go to Money in the Bank that Ricochet is being overwhelmed by the sheer grit and determination. We cut backstage and Paul is fully panicking. He didn't think it would get this far. And he's telling Jimmy and Solo to go out there and stop their
Nah.
brother.
This is the true test. Hey, this is the true test right here. If they do this, man. Come on. What I'm talking about.
They don't go.
That's what I'm
Jimmy
talking
says,
about.
Tribal Chief wants him to do it by himself, right, Oos? Looks like he is. Heyman can't believe what he's hearing, but he has to believe what he sees, because back in the ring, Jey Uso lands an
a super kick?
unbelievable super kick
Out
out
of
of
that?
midair on Ricochet. He goes to the top, lands the splash, and he's qualified for Money in the Bank. He wants a seat at the head of the table. It's carnage.
Oh, that's a pretty good
Bodies
Money in the
everywhere.
Bank.
And it comes down to two men. They both have ladders in hand, and it's Drew who's able to drop Jey first, and it gives him the opening. He lines him up, and it's time.
Play more. Oh. Solo in the match.
Unbelievable. Solo does it to Drew again. Jimmy helps up his
Oh,
brother.
yeah,
and
Solo
directs him
wasn't
to
in the
climb.
match.
And with Solo standing guard, Jey scales the ladder, pulls down the briefcase, and wins Money in the Bank.
Yes, sir.
It's unbelievable scenes. With the help of his true blood, he wins it. And we then see RomanReigns emerge. And he sees a sight he thought he never would. Because Jey says, I've got a little assignment for you, Roman.
Chat,
your
if
ass
this
ready
is,
for
if the
SummerSlam.
bloodline ends, it has to
Because
end like this, right? Like, there's
We
no other way it
pulling
should
up.
end, bruh.
And the tribal chief will acknowledge us.
Mm-hmm.
Drew McIntyre hasn't forgotten, and he wants revenge on the next episode of SmackDown. He wants Solo Sikoa. He's never been able to extract full revenge since Cardiff. And now there's even more fire in the belly of the Scotsman. And it's
Oh,
a fully
true.
war. These two beat the living hell out of each other. And under this seemingly
Solo's
new regime,
debut.
they let the match go on without interference. Until McIntyre looks for a claymore on Solo, but he moves and he collects the referee. But it isn't Jimmy or Jey who get involved.
Uh-oh.
Roman is here and he spears Jimmy. And then he spears Jey as well. He gets in the ring, and as unlikely as it is, with Drew McIntyre standing by, Solo gets speared as well. Roman and Drew stare
this
down,
looks
and
so
Roman
crazy.
says, once I'm done with them, we
This
can
looks
go."
so crazy.
Roman leaves a pile of former brothers' bodies in a heap. McIntyre tunes it up, and boom! He nails a claymore. A new referee slides in, and Drew McIntyre pins Solo Sikoa. Roman wins that battle, but the war is only just getting started. The tribal chief isn't ready to give up his seat just yet. Jey, I want to tell you, I'm so proud
Honorarius.
of you. Everything you've done for me,
Honorarius.
everything you've done for your brothers, but most importantly, what you've done for yourself. You're forever my dog. And Jey says, you've always been the most genuine. You've been the realest of everyone, and I appreciate you for that, Sam.
This is how that part should have ended.
So much, and listen.
I wish it ended
When I
like
take
this.
that title from Roman, I would be honored if you would be the first one to challenge for it. And Sammy is flattered, but he says, that's an amazing offer, but this isn't my story. This is your story. You never needed me. You never needed anyone. Your main event, Jey Uso. So you go and you finish the story. Do it for us. Do it for everyone. Do it for the real bloodline. I love you, Jey.
Oh man.
It's Reigns. He heard everything, and he has Jey in his clutches. There's no Solo or Jimmy tonight either. And Sammy just left the building
Roman
in
on his
car.
own is
There's no
looking a
backup.
little vicious.
And RomanReigns drags Jey Uso to the ring, and he's talking to him all the way there. He says, "Did this how you repay me? After everything, you, the other Uso, are gonna be the one to end me? Not a chance."
He said
You're
the
gonna
other
learn
Uso.
the hard way now.
Jeez, talk about the
Roman yells
disrespect.
at Paul Heyman to grab a chair. But as Paul Heyman gets in the ring, Jey Uso fights out of the clutches of Roman, and Roman screams at Paul to swing the chair. Paul swings the chair, but Jey moves, and Paul hits Roman instead. And right after this, he dips out of the ring. Paul is left helplessly watching on as Roman is spiraling out of control. He's losing it. He trashes ringside. He's off the rails. And maybe Paul was right. Without the bloodline, maybe there is no Roman.
There's no
Reigns.
Roman. Come on now.
Roman loses it on the final episode of SmackDown. He's unraveling in front of everyone's eyes. And he goes off again. And he said, no one ever appreciated what I gave him. I put the world at their feet. And what do? They stab me in the back. Jey was always the rat. Ever since I put his ass in his place during the pandemic, I humbled him. Then I made him a star. And as for his Judas brothers, I gave them the world too. So now, who can I trust? No one.
Not even Paul.
Even you.
Not even Paul Heyman. Gee. Hey, this Roman is vicious.
He's falling apart. He's lost trust in everyone around him. He's delusional. He's angry. And he's dangerous. Heyman is left laid out. Jimmy, Jey, and Solo come out to try and stop the attack. And Roman leaves the ring. The line is in the
They try to
sand.
help him?
It's Roman versus the world. But most importantly, it's Roman versus his own blood. And blood will be shed at SummerSlam.
Hey.
It's the final showdown. The culmination of years of mental, physical torment. All the gaslighting, all the lying, the deception, the highs, the lows.
No
it all
wise
comes
man.
down to this.
No wise
right
man.
back where it all started. And this is an emotion-filled war. Both men not holding back. And this time, Jey has requested that Jimmy and Solo don't come to ringside. He said that if Roman's assignment was for him to win the title on his own,
I truly feel like Jey could
but
beat Roman.
is like a caged lion. He's mauling Jey, and it's getting ugly. Just like
I feel like it's perfect for the storyline too. It goes hand in hand.
And Roman says, "Just quit. Just quit, Jey. You're making me look like a monster. None of this was my fault. All you had to do was accept what I was giving you." And Jey utters, "We gave you the life you wanted. You gave us nothing."
Ah, guillotine. Come on, Jey. Come on, Jey. Rikishi, what?
Rikishi, Jey's father, is here.
Okay.
But not to get involved, but just to encourage his son to fight. And Jey does. Jey finds something. He finds it within himself to escape. And Jey hits him with a Superman punch. He's not done though. He picks him up, hits him with a Samoan spike as well. He ain't done there either. He props him up in the corner and he hits him with a Haluva kick. But he still isn't done. He lines him up and he lands the most important super kick in his life. And he goes to the top rope. The crowd on the edge of their seat. You can hear Jey utter the words, "It's time for you to acknowledge me." Roman is dethroned, and Rikishi picks up the infamous red leg, and he drapes it over his own son's neck. And now not only his family, but the world meets the new leader. They acknowledge the new tribal chief.
Let's go, boy. What? Let's go. Hey, it has to end like that. Look, perfect, bro. Perfect. Perfect, man. Hey, shout out to Merce. Like I said, I'm gonna leave his information in the description below. W video, man. W video. If the bloodline ends, it should end like this, right? Come on now. Come on now. If it ends, it has to end like this, man. But hey, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Once again, shout out to Merce. Good video, great video. Go drop him a sub, go drop him a like, all that good stuff, you know what I'm saying? But hey, if y'all enjoyed the video, like up the video, sub to the channel, man. And hey, I'm out.